Hey everybody, my name is Kyle Knott and I am not your average finance guy. This channel is dedicated to bringing different kind of information than what the program, the system, the banks shove down our throats. And today I want to talk about, I just got this book, Rich Man, Poor Bank by Mark J. Kwon with 𝐓𝐇𝐄. And I just got it this morning. I read the introduction and that is it. I don't know, 4 pages. And it's like, whoa, this stuff is exactly why I want to bring this information. He's kind of sounds like he's going to bring the same kind of information. This is stuff I resonate with, but do a quick video on why the system teaches us to go into debt. Okay, and I'm talking the banking system and what kind of hold do they have on us as a society? Because if you think about it, I remember back when my sister was in college at UW-Madison, go Bucky, but there was t-shirt, you go by and get a free t-shirt and all you had to do was sign up for a credit card. You get a free beach towel. So she went through and she signed up for, I don't know how many credit cards, never used any of them. She's like, you just go fill your stuff out and you get all this free stuff. So yeah, college kid, they're broke. So who doesn't want free stuff? So that's what they did. They got them to sign up. When she graduated college, she went to, I don't know, she checked her credit and her credit was like garbage. It was terrible. She had 0 loans. She didn't have any money on the credit card, but since she had so many of them, she opened up so many credit cards all at once. Her credit went to crap. So that's just one of the things where they kind of suck you into the system by doing all of that marketing. And in college kids, and college kids don't know what they're doing with that kind of stuff. Who looks into that? So they're just looking at free stuff. So if you think about it, to get a good credit score, debt is required. So in order for you to go get decent debt at a decent rate, you have to already be in debt to prove you can pay debt. So, it's kind of one side of my mouth that I teach, get out of the banks, but I use the banks for rental properties and I mortgages. And, I have some really good friends that work at the banks and I have good relationships with them. And I think they mean well, but I'm talking the big banking system as a whole. Think about how every high school pushes college. They push college so hard. If you don't go to college, you're going to amount to nothing. Even though there's a huge skills gap in all of the skills trades, that's where all the jobs are at. Trump's president now, he's bringing all these jobs back to the US. And if you have a liberal arts degree, you can't go work on the pipeline or whatever else, the big construction projects that are happening in the United States. So to me, that's where the real money lies, is in the trades. But if you think about it, every high school pushes for college, go to college, go to college, go to college. And nowadays, I think kids are graduating like with $250,000 of college debt. $250,000. And what's their salary going to be when they get out? Maybe if they get a good job, they're making 75,000 a year on $250,000 debt. Like the return on investment there, I don't see it, but unless you get into the right path and you can make a ton of money in the corporate world somehow. But I see more people graduate with 250 grand of debt in some bullshit, major, and they're serving coffee at Starbucks for just over minimum wage or whatever they're paying them at Starbucks, while the Starbucks CEO gets the $1 billion bonus or whatever it is. So, it's the way the system is, and they control us. That this channel is kind of dedicated to stop being a slave to the bank. Okay. So stop listening to the marketing, stop doing all the stuff that the big banks want you to do, and look outside. This channel is dedicated. There's plenty of other channels. This book, I love educating myself. And with that, I love educating everyone else that watches the channel. So just a different way to look at some stuff and try to get out of that, that grip, that grasp of the bank. And, going back to college, the people that go to college and they graduate, they come out and they're already in maybe it's not $250,000 of debt. Maybe it's only 100,000. Okay. But either way, you're settled with that debt. And then if you do go get a good job, what's the first thing they do is they probably go buy a fancy car and making all this money. So then they go buy a fancy car. I bought a Harley, so I get it. And there it goes. You're digging your hole deeper. And if you want to buy a house nowadays, the housing market's going nuts, with the interest rates to buy a house there. If you can afford even the monthly payments, there goes your, payments are through the roof, settled with more debt. You are locked in. You are a slave to the bank. Okay. The debt is just, it gets a grip on you and it never lets go. So that's what we're trying to do with this channel, trying to help everyone. Let's break those ties. Let's still use it. We can still use debt. Let's use the banks. Let's use debt in a proper way, maybe a home equity line of credit, the velocity banking method. That's awesome. Go check out my friends over at Pay Down Debt Solutions, their channel. I'll try to, if I'm smart enough, I'll put a link in here, but check them out. They hammer down on the velocity banking, which uses debt to pay off debt, which ups your cash flow. And I got a couple of videos on it. If you haven't heard of the velocity banking, look into that. And then I kind of leaning into infinite banking systems. So those are just some other things that the banks don't really teach you about. They don't show you how to get out of debt. The banks and the system and all the marketing and commercials and everything else shows you how to get into debt, shows you how to be unhealthy and all kinds of metabolic syndrome and in debt, and you're just a slave to everyone at that point. So let's break free of all that and let's make our lives better. All right. Good luck, everybody. I hope this helps.